AITA for telling my daughter that her being home for the holidays traumatizes my wife. My daughter Kayla 19F used to be a sweet kid, but around 12 to 13 she turned into a cruel, calculating teenager only towards my wife. She was nice to me and her two younger siblings but an absolute terror to my wife. She would insult her physical appearance, her weight, her intelligence, her personality, her friends, her behaviors, her cooking, and anything about my wife. It was constant and relentless. She would undermine my wife talk bad about her to strangers, post random unflattering images of her online, leave negative reviews at work, and generally acted terrible. We took her to therapists, psychiatrists, and every mental health professional we could. The only explanation she gave was that she hated her mom. My wife and I would try to discipline her with taking away her things, grounding her, and giving her stern talks. But she would stop. Eventually, my wife and I realized that if we let her insult and berate my wife, she doesn't escalate to more than extreme behaviors. My wife did her best and she loved Kayla, but she dreaded coming home every night from work. She had panic attacks and was stressed and depressed for years. She would freeze if she heard Kayla's steps on the stairs. When Kayla went off to college, it felt like a weight was lifted off our shoulders. My wife was happy and the atmosphere wasn't suffocating. Everyone remarked how happy we were. Kayla wanted to come back for Thanksgiving. When my wife heard, she threw up. She said she was too weak to deal with Kayla anymore. I told my wife he'd arrange for a short hotel stay for the 4 days Kayla would be home. She was grateful. Kayla came home and it was okay. She asked me where mom was and I said she was at a hotel. Kayla asked why she would be there instead of helping out the family and I snapped and said Kayla being home traumatizes my wife. I said that it was better if the two of them never come into contact. Kayla broke down into tears and called me an who only cares about his wife. She stormed out. Ita. Edit. My wife is Kayla's bio mother. There is no doubt she is our biological daughter. She initially had a diagnosis of OD, but the symptoms didn't fit. Numerous psychiatrists and therapists have tried to figure out why she hates her mother. Kayla has stated that she hates her mother and finds her annoying. Our family therapist thinks Kayla has internalized misogyny and a preoccupation with herself and blames my wife for passing down her genes. We were concerned about abuse when she started that behavior. My wife especially. We took her first to a child abuse specialist and then therapists and 2 psychiatrists. They didn't find any evidence of abuse, but the first psychiatrist diagnosed her with OD and the second psychiatrist said she didn't have OD, but did have symptoms of a personality disorder, but she couldn't be diagnosed until she was older. Kayla stopped coming to sessions after I made the mistake of telling her that. She never got a diagnosis that we know of. I'm not sure if she did anything in college.